Late July by Zach Bryan is going to be played in standard tuning, and for it you'll need to know a D major chord, a G major chord, a B minor chord, an A chord, and then there's also an E minor at one point in the song. Alright, the intro is going to begin on a D major chord. I've got my first finger on the 3-string 2 fret, my ring finger on the 2-string 3 fret, and to start the song, you're really just kind of strumming from the open 5-string down to where your ring finger is on the 2-string. So that's the first hit. And then you hear a pinky down on the 1-string 3 fret that you'll pluck your pick up on. And then you're going to slide that pinky up to the 1-string 5 fret. And you'll hit it after you slide it. So it's like... and then hit it again and slide it back down to the 3 fret. And hit it again, so that it's like that, very slowly out of the D. I'm starting my pick on the 5-string open, strumming the D chord, and then up pick on the 1-string 3 fret, slide up to the 5 fret, or actually hit it correctly, slide back down, and then you go into a G chord. So the G chord is going to be, and that just happens once. I played that D part multiple times just to kind of let you see and hear it again. Then you go to a G chord, second finger to the 6-string 3 fret. If you want to put your first finger on the 5-string 2 fret, you can, but a lot of times I just let my second finger mute out that 5-string. You'll have an open 4, an open 3. My ring finger is still on the 2-string 3 fret from that D chord, and I'll put my pinky finger down on the 1-string 3 fret just kind of out of habit. That's my G chord. Now whenever it moves to this G chord in the intro, it kind of hits, and then you can hear it's just up strum. So like hit it down and then up, 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 up. That's what it's doing. Then it's going to go to a B minor chord. For the B minor chord, you've got your first finger on the 5-string 2 fret, ring finger on the 4-string 4 fret, pinky finger on the 3-string 4 fret, second finger on the 2-string 3 fret. And the way that I'm playing this chord is really to just strum with my pick those 4 strings that I have fretted, the 5, 4, 3, and 2. But if you want to play as a full-fledged bar chord, so that you can make more of a full-throated strum across all 6 strings, feel free to do that. But on this B minor, what you're going to do first is you're just going to hit the chord, and then you can hear a little guitar riff of... So hit the B minor, and then kind of mute the strings so that quickly you can single pick some notes. Those notes that you're single picking is first finger on the 5-string 2 fret, to ring finger on the 5-string 4 fret, and then first finger to the 4-string 2 fret, which will land your first finger in a position to make an A bar chord, which is what after you pluck that 4-string 2 fret with your first finger, you then hear an A chord get strummed from the open 5-string down to like the 2-string with your first finger barring the 2 fret of strings 4, 3, and 2. So that B minor will sound like this, very slowly. Hit, riff, A, and then back to the G chord. So that's the intro. Let me do the intro again very slowly from the D. G, up strum, to the B minor, forward, the strumming pattern just becomes nothing really specific. I'm sure it's probably not holding the exact same strumming pattern the whole time, but I just get a good rhythm going with my right hand of like down, 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 up, down, up, 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 down, 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 up, down, up. So So the chords for the verse is going to be a D chord, same chord as before, or same D chord as before, except for go ahead and make sure that your second finger is on the 1 string 2 fret. We weren't really doing that in the intro. So there's your D chord. Sometimes in this D chord, you can hear the pinky finger hammer down to the 1 string 3 fret and then lift back up. It doesn't really do it a whole lot right there in the verse, but I'll mention that again in a second. So D chord for verse, to the G chord, to the B minor chord, to the A chord, to the G chord, back to the D chord, to the G chord, to the B minor, to the A chord, to the G chord. So I'm not really fleshing out, again, how to play those chords because I've already described that, but it's the same chords as before. Now, whenever we get to the chorus, it does that verse like 2 times, or 2 runs, I think. The chorus will be a B minor chord, and it holds this B minor for longer than it does in the verse. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go to the A chord as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4. That was what it was doing in the verse, is like 1, 2, change to the chorus is a full measure of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the A, 2, 3, 4 to the G, 2, 3, 4 to the D. And it's here in the chorus that I really hear that pronounced hammer on with the pinky finger to the 1 string 3 fret in the D chord, and then pulling it back off to where your second finger should still be on the 2 fret of the 1 string. So that's the chorus. Now, I will also say that in the chorus, sometimes this A chord right here, I feel like I can distinctly hear an open 2 string in there. So the way that you may want to play the A chord in the chorus is to take your B minor shape and then leave your ring and pinky fingers kind of planted on the fretboard, but lift up your first and second fingers and just slide those 2 fingers down to fret the second fret of strings 4 and 3 and strum from the 5 string down so that you can get that open 2 string in there. I can swear that I hear that at times in this song. To the G chord, to the D chord. Okay, and then we have a little bit of a breakdown. The breakdown is a D, and then it just does muted strumming. So like strum the chord, and then lay your fingers across the strings to mute them, but keep your right hand going with that like down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, hit, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, then goes to E minor, hit. The E minor is going to be an open 6 string, second finger on the 5 string 2 fret, ring finger on the 4 string 2 fret, everything else open. So hit, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up to the G chord, hit, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, D, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, D, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. And the rhythm probably changes a little bit there as well. It doesn't necessarily hold the exact same, but the idea or the sentiment of it is a hit on a chord and then mute strum. Keep some sort of rhythm with your right hand on a muted strum. Sometimes in the G chord, it doesn't just mute the whole time. It'll go like G. Where it kind of pulses on it. And the way that I'm doing that pulse is once I get into the G chord, I'm strumming it up and then relieving tension off of the fretted hand so that it kind of mutes the strings between my strums to give still that little kind of chuck strum feel. So you can hear that on my down strum, like up strum is fretted, down strum, my left hand is just kind of going flat to mute the strings. And you get the idea there. And that was the breakdown, the D to the E minor to the G, back to the D. And I think the last time through it just strums it to the E minor think it maybe holds on the G the last time through before going into another verse. So those are the chords and the movements to Late July by Zach Bryan. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.